I really... No, we're not traveling. We're just taking a peek. Oh, there it is. That's what I heard. Yeah, fresh take on puzzles, and like the get that unique art style. Yeah, great. I can understand some people's frustration if they maybe a little bit heavy on the RNG, but even then, there are ways to manipulate it. Oh, we're just running away. Okay then, never you mind. Oh, there's the thing we can do while we still have some daylight. I'm gonna check the fishing hut. I'm like, 95% certain I did grab the note there. If I didn't, then Yahtzee. But I'm almost certain I did. Is what? Well, hello, bear. Since when do you wander all the way down here? Hmm. Nope. Also, why can I search there? Weird. No, I want... Okay, that was empty. That's a weird hitbox on the drawer. Okay. Astrid is exhausted. It's almost sundown. The sensible thing to do would be to leave that bear alone. No. Because here's the thing. It's at a bad angle. Because we could do our usual routine. Draw his attention. When we're about hereabouts, we take a shot. It charges. We tuck in. But I want it to be not to be like out here, not coming from this angle, where if I duck in, I won't be able to see it unless I pop out of cover. I prefer doing things sensibly. That's how you survive 615 days. But every so often you do just have to do something stupid, I suppose. Now, no, I don't think. Yeah, we could climb up on this log here and have a go. And I think I think the bear can crawl up it. So I don't think we would be safe.
Dusk, so I can't be far behind.
Okay. It's just no Aurora, please. Okay. I got eyes on the bear, and the fishing hut's back there. We don't want to back up too quickly, because then it's going to lose interest and it's going to wander off. Yes, that is what we're doing. And I do remember we do have a flare gun and flare shells, if need be. Although I'd rather keep hold of those. I would prefer you not do that right now, Astrid. Okay. We're checking our 6. We're checking our 6. Another good reason we took out the wolf back there, so we don't have any complications. Okay, so It's there. We're here. You know what? There. Exactly as planned. Okay, where's my other arrow? There's my other arrow. Go. Now, where does that leave us on bear kills? I'm just curious. 31. Ooh, we might not have got credit for the one in PV then. Ugh. Or maybe we'll get it later. Okay, I choose to believe we'll get it later. Yes, thank you, Goofy. I really don't want to deal with this right now. Astrid does need sleep, but I will at least get the hide. Okay, no one coming for us. We get the guts? Yeah, we'll get the guts. And we might get the meat tomorrow. Well, I don't know Lone Tree. I assume it hadn't died by that point, but I couldn't tell you for sure. Okay, let me take all this back, and we will deposit it in Mountaineers, and then we'll yeah. See there, there's another jerk right there. I don't care. We have an appointment with a bed, not with you. Plus, if you start harvesting meat, we'd have to deal with that jerk also. It's not worth. All right. And did I leave any bear hides? I don't know that I did. Where could I leave a bear hide? Heck. Well, here. We'll clear some space over here. Okay. That's all water. But I don't that'll pop up. Let's see. We drop the bear hide. Okay, yeah, that's still there. That's still there. Lovely. Okay, there you shall stay. And yeah, it would be a shame to, keep all that meat just sitting out there. All right, fine. We'll have to go deal with that one jerk. Just so we don't get harassed while we're carrying around bear bits. Okay, what's it like out there? It looks like a good time to make sure Astrid's fully rested. Yes. Yes. Okay. Acceptable. Now, Oh, yes, I know. I'm being terrible to you, Astrid. Okay. Okay, bear's over there. Jerk was coming from over here. Oh, right, yeah, so we had that one over there, and the other one that we scared off that ran up that way. So we could, yeah, we could probably have two on our hands. Is that? Never mind. That might be. Oh no, that's a rock. Okay. For the life of me, it looked like there's a wolf on the river. Nope, that's just the little dark bit of the rock peeking up. Yeah, as you started making clothes and beds to leave over. I mean, yeah, it's a good problem to have. For me, yeah, I'm still in that what if I need it later mindset. So I will just hoard hides. I'll make clothing. I mean, we have made some. We'll probably make more, but I do. I like keeping them in my forward operating bases in each zone. So if I do need to make short notice repairs, I won't have to travel a great distance. All right, you know what? I'm just going to harvest some here. We'll get stinky, and then we'll just let whoever comes. Because, am I right? Yeah, we do have the kitty, but I think if we did get the kitty's attention, we could, yeah, we could get to Mountaineers before it gets to us. I feel pretty certain. 50 jars of broth. That's a lot of potential stew. That in 50 jars of broth. That's also a lot of ptarmigans. Okay, I'm loving walking directly into the wind, as is tradition. All right. Are you gonna blizzard? It looks like it's gonna blizzard. Um. Okay. If I was to just straight up harvest, how long would that take? Longer than it would take to quarter. Now, well, hang on. Can I get a windbreak here? Ooh, I can. Because we can thaw it out. That would probably help speed things along a touch. Can I please? Can I please? Please, baby, please? Please, please, baby, please? Why? Too close to another object. That's the whole point, game. Is it too close to another object? It's too windy to start a fire. Too windy. Too close. Too windy. Too close. Okay, see, it's coming in from this direction. There. There. Can I mag lens hype? I can mag lens hype. Let's mag lens hype. Wow, no chickens around the tandy, but yeah. No predators in the transfer pass. And long may that continue. Although I can't remember well, no, there are a couple deer. Yeah, the deer are on the road to uh, the bit that connects to connects to Sundered Pass. There we go. Okay, I'm sure I will not regret investing so heavily in this fire. Okay. Now, bother. I actually want that to take longer. 57 minutes? Okay. Give me an hour worth of cutting. Our prograph is gonna get a workout, but that's fine because we actually have whetstones now.
This pack is getting kind of heavy.
Okay, nothing. Good. You. You. We'll just do that again. Hang on. Are you? Okay, you're a kilogram, and you're a kilogram. Yeah, and that's kind of what I wanted. See, the difference is, are you making the investment in time up front, harvesting this way, or do you quarter, and then do you have to come back later with the investment with the harvesting the quarters? For me, I think well, given the conditions, and the conditions are a significant factor. All things being equal, you might as well just harvest straight up. Now, that's easy to say when you have carcass harvesting 5. Okay, we'll speed this along. Because even with fully frozen carcasses, you usually get through it pretty quick. Like, yeah, cook in have something going while you're harvesting. It does make things more efficient. Now that the game allows you to multitask, which it didn't always. It used to be you could only cook or you could only make water. And you had to lock in on that without doing anything else. Which, well, I mean, it's you could do it, but it's not optimum gameplay. And yeah, I'm all about that efficiency. Okay, 30, 30, that'll last. Let me grab these. Grab you. And we'll come right back. Shouldn't walk around unarmed. We are stinky. You could die just cooking. Yeah. And I understand why Hinterland why they did it that way. It is probably simpler, but I guess in terms of immersion, in terms of just like being more satisfying gameplay, I think the way it is set up now is certainly better. Because immersion, what have you. Some people are big on it, others aren't. But I appreciate not having that artificial constraint put on me, where I can put something on a fire, let it cook or let it boil, and walk away and do something else. But for whatever reason, in early TLD, you could only do that. Okay, wolf? Well, no, actually, I don't have to guess. Because I'm about to pick up a lot of raw meat. Let's see, 12, 12. Yeah, it's fine. Actually, I can just let that go, because the fire will burn out before the meat burns. Okay. Put a bit of animal fat there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So if anyone is sniffing about, metaphorically and literally, we'd be happy to have them show themselves. I do not have a travois. I know, I can see the utility. I'm much more protective of my maple saplings. But no, it's a if folks want to use them thusly, via con Dios, I just I have not. I tend not to. I'm stubborn. I will do things the old-fashioned way. You know that verse? Yo, sure, yeah. And I know Dunn's a convert to the Church of the Travois now, because he did his whole can I lope 10 days while being a drag, and like had to take the Travois behind him everywhere he went, and yeah, it said that he actually quite likes it now, and he'll probably use it more in his usual runs. Yeah, there we go. Hour still burned. Where are we? I got 7 kilos. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'll call it 8. And you got to remember which pile is which. You try to transport big, and yeah, and that's I think that is like the peak use of it. Especially because I guess anything in a travois does not stink. So that actually makes eminent sense. You whack your meat and your guts in there, and then you're constrained in how you can move and how you can see, but you don't have to worry about getting chased down, or not because of stink anyway. Ah, see. Someone's trying to be clever. Someone thinks he's going to get a free lunch. And I'm here to tell you, ain't no such thing as a free lunch. Not on my watch. Yeah, we're not stinky. I don't. Obviously, there's a lot of stuff up there. I might have at some point dropped something with a 3 key. And animals will just come up and eat it if you drop it with a 3 key as opposed to dropping it from your inventory, which is what I try to do. Just grab everything.
I'm not sure I can carry much more.
Well, fortunately, there's no more to carry, Astrid. Yeah, and I think it was trailing the scent, and that's why it was walking up toward the cabin. That's why I try to. I go to the trouble of dropping almost everything with or from the menu rather than with the 3 key, because otherwise then it's free game if anything happens to smell it. And I worked for that. Gosh darn it, it's mine. Okay, I could drop the fat with the 3 key. I am less I'm less protective of where the fat goes. But still. Okay. Yeah, alright, fine. Ooh, 5 kilos. That's a big boy. Okay, well, we've whiled away the day just harvesting and hauling meat. But you know what? Hey, this is what you do. You know, this is a gift to future Astrid. We need meat. We need hides. It's all going to be right here, waiting. Yeah, 5 kilos is about as big as I've seen. Yeah, like 3 is the low end, and then 5 is the high end. Can Timmy be big? I know, like the lore-wise, Timberwolves would be bigger, but in actuality, I'm not sure. So how are we? Okay, that's fine. That's some walking around stickage. Oh, what I should have done instead of cooking all that, I should have made water. Because we are just about out. We got a little here. Well, I say a little. That's a decent amount. Yeah, put that away, Astrid. You're fine. Okay, we'll take back that coal. Repairs. I think we're all right. Yeah, burnables were okay. Again, meds were fine. Clothes, sure. We still have our pemmican. Those are from the previous trip, so they've been out of the elements longer. Oh, and the wolf hide and the guts. Yes, thank you. 1, 2, and wolf hide. No, you're put that there. Pick that up on the pile. There. Oh, I can make another arrow. So you know what? Sure. 2, 3. Wait. Do I have arrowheads? I don't actually. Oh, okay. So I guess I will not. Wait. Did I break an arrow? I did break an arrow. Ha ha! I will make 1 arrow. Wait, I have tools. I have tools, right? Got all of our tiny T's here. I do not have tools. Okay. I guess the place isn't quite as well kitted out as I assumed. Oh, yeah, we need that. Okay. Well, while we still have the light, let's do this. Presenting your base in the light, you're the exactly Bumblebee. I embrace my complete lack of organizational skills. Here, just eat it. Yeah, I could put in the effort. I could try to, maintain, spacing between the clothing and the hides and the guts and the tools and the food and the whatnot, but I just can't be bothered. Okay, we do. I suppose we could. All right, fine. Again, as the important thing is, as long as I know where I can find everything, like I know the hides and the guts and the saplings are here, the tools and the miscellaneous are in the one storage solution. We got the we got a protected fire spot there, plus there, raw meat in one pile, cooked meat in another pile, perishables, burnables, etc., etc. And that climbing rope that I'm not entirely sure where that's supposed to go.
Feels like night is coming.
It does do that, Astrid. It does do that. You go for a more aesthetic version, and that's totally fine. It's just I I do not I do not get invested in aesthetics all that much. More ruined combat pants. That's like a third pair. You pile the guts and hides in a pile on the outside. Yeah, could. Um, I know. You're just talking about aesthetics. I like the lived-in look. I like my carpet. I've got the welcome mat of fish at the Quonset. This is the unofficial carpet for mountaineers. I did fix the roof, right? I remember that when we brought back the woodworking tools from Ash Canyon, and this takes like what 15 cedar or whatnot. Turns out worth it. It's like a 5-degree warmth bonus. And you need the woodworking tools, admittedly. Oh, are we roaring? Yeah, yeah. That's Aurora. I hear the snap, crackle, and pop. Those were my yeah. I did not set out to make the fish doormat, but I'm really glad it ended up that way. Even for the momentary panic after after leaving, or yeah, basically all the fish I had outside the fishing hut, and the meat I had around the zone, and my bedroll getting swept up into that lost and found box. What are we? Oh yeah, yeah. We do have a whetstone now. I should probably do this just because I don't. Astrid is not actually that tired. She didn't do much travel. It was mostly hauling she did today. We have 4 sets of tools. Yeah, I do. At the very least, I like to keep track of where the quality tools are. Yeah, the simple ones, okay, sure, they're better than nothing, but not by much. Are we? Okay, there we go. And I will say this: like, this isn't a bad Aurora viewing spot because it does, just straight on, it does look like the mountain is kind of on fire. Oh, you're talking about woodworking. Okay. Because yeah, I think that's all there is. Yeah. Yeah. One in ash, one in bleak, and then two in the zoc. But do you keep them all in the same place, low tree? That would be the other question. Or do you, are there multiple places where you think you might use them? Because I think obviously I have the one at the Quonset. Have we got the ones from Bleak? I don't think so. And I think I left. I think we got one from the Zoc. Not 100% sure. Anyway, it's fine. If at some point I do want to do, furniture or another curing box somewhere, we know where to go. You space them out. Okay. And that makes a lot of sense because they are heavy. Okay. I'm just going to have her sleep 9. She's probably not going to get 9, but it's fine. Oh, wow. The music suddenly died. I can never figure out because you got the electric lights here and here. Where does the power come from? Yeah, electric right there too. Like there's no generator here. There are no solar panels. Where? How are they supposed to work? Or like, are they going to bring the generator with them? Whoever stays here. You like carrying the woodworking tools with you? Wielding a wolf? Oh, nice. Um, then, yeah, then you need what? You got to carry on the tools and I guess cedar or fir, whatever you use to do the whittling. Okay, and yeah, Astrid is once again up well before dawn. They bring the power with them. Well, they'd about have to. Yeah, like 1, 2, 3, 4 electric lights. Okay. So with that all done, oh, we still have an Aurora Wolf panicking, I guess. I doubt it would have smelled me from there. Anyway, 3 normal, yeah, and then the floodlight. Okay, we'll grab some water before we go. Build a solar panel for the port, maybe, but then you got the ones inside. Yeah, I think we're just not supposed to think about it. It's like there was that yeah, Misanthropes. Misanthropes has lights. Jackrabbit has lights. Where are they meant to get their power? But they have like an electric stove, a microwave, all the those creature comforts of the city. Yeah, I think all things considered, we're probably just not supposed to think about it. Okay, now you. Yeah, I was gonna say, why are they still out there? Because oh no, because I haven't gone through a loading screen. That's why they're still out there. I said they should have despawned, but no. Underground cables? Well, they also have to be underwater cables. And I don't think the tax base of Coastal Highway is enough to support those kind of public works projects. You know, even in this the hotbed of socialism that is Canada. Burnables were fine. 18's good. Yeah, province funded, federal government funded could be, but it's again video game logic. Don't think about it. Because remember, especially for misanthropes, that's Sutherland's old place. If he was smart, he took that generator with him. All right, so since the notes have been acquired, our business here is done. Is that? Nope, that's a log. Okay. What? Okay, that's it. Yeah, okay. Just see if we had anything interesting up over there. But no. So we're gonna head out. We're gonna take Echo Ravine. We're gonna go to Ash, and we're gonna make a beeline for Anglers. And once our business is done there, we turn right the heck around and come back here. That's what he needs all the car batteries for. Yeah, that would make sense. Well, not well. I would imagine he has a motor on that in addition to the sail. On those precious few days where the wind is calm. But yes, the batteries power the boat, and the generator is there for his laptop? Question mark. Yeah, maybe that'll be Toasty Bits' next his next lore video. Yeah, to tide him over until episode 5 comes out. You're trying to say if you should give up on going back to sleep. I was gonna say it's early slash late for you, Bumblebee, but you usually don't need me to tell you that. I mean, we're always happy to have you, but I don't know if you have any expectations of being productive on this Saturday, 4 a.m. Well, and remind me, you usually start your day around 5, don't you? Thereabouts. What do you got? Sticks and cattail heads. That's all right. I might grab the sticks one day. Oh yeah, let's check, see if the moose is here. We're not going to linger if said moose is here, but we are going to be aware. But I do not see it. And frankly, I am not upset by that. Hey, concerned Martian, welcome in. Hope you're well. And you gotta, things are going better for you today. B, you woke up at 1:30-ish. Fell asleep early. Ah, okay. You do start a job on a Monday, but for an agency, but the client feels internally. Oh, rude. You've taken a nap. Good. Your mom be RC at you applied 2 more jobs. Well, that is not helpful by her. Her sniping at you isn't going to make the job market any better. But I'm glad you got some good rest in, and then you put yourself out there. I guess just let the job market take things how they will. But what do we? Oh right, yeah, we did spend a fair bit of time fishing here, didn't we? Okay, we're not going to linger on that. But yeah, that sucks. So again, if you're going to fill a position internally, why would you go to an agency? Although I'm sure they have their reasons, whatever they might be. But I suppose as long as you're, and I know easy for me to say. But I do believe as long as you do keep putting yourself out there, good you're giving good things the opportunity to happen. Okay. No. We're moving on. We're keeping moving. We're not here for combat. Not officially. And yeah, that is almost certainly the answer, unfortunately. 2016 was a decade ago? Ugh. Are we sure about that? Like, can we get some of those math magicians on that? I don't want that to be true. It probably is, but I don't want it to be. Okay, more rose hips? Yes, more rose hips. I want to have 1,000 rose hips in the same place. Okay. Yeah, straight shot here. It was your first opportunity working in your degree field. You had this whole time. Well, you know what that is, Martian? That is evidence that you do have Like your skills are good enough that people are willing to give you a look. Like if you weren't good enough, they wouldn't even had be wouldn't. Let's try this again. They would not have been willing to bring even look at you and bring you in the first place. So I know I'm looking for silver linings here, but it is an objective fact that they were willing to bring you in and not anyone else. And yeah, it's depressing and annoying that they didn't follow through. And you have every right to be upset. At the same time, I think we can acknowledge that you were someone they were willing to bring in your field, in the thing you studied, the thing you want to do, I assume. So you do have that going for you, cold comfort though that might be. And as for why do you get your hopes up? Well, what's the alternative? And I know that's again, easy to say from a distance, but we have to live in hope. Otherwise, what? No, I didn't going to finish that. I think it's better. It's better for us in the general sense. Much like we must picture Sisyphus happy. And just for me, because I have been there. And despair it's I know it's seductive, it's tempting, and it's easy to say what's the fucking point. Oh, go away. Because I'm trying to pick my words carefully because I don't want Martian. I don't want to dismiss. I don't want dismiss what you've been through and the struggles you've had, because as I said, you have every right to be frustrated. A decade on, and I can give you all the the pithy words of advice, but it's not it ain't gonna make someone hire you. At least I don't think so. But I hope that you're not about to give up on yourself. Are you? Oh, I thought I was going to charge there. No, I'm just leaving. I do not wish to perceive you. Is that? Oh, look, there's some nice juicy deer up there. Maybe we can distract him thusly. Or they'll just run off there and then the wolf's going to stay locked on me. Nope. No, that buck didn't notice me. And the wolf is thusly distracted. All right, you boys have fun. I'm going to be over here. Okay, are we sure the moose isn't here? We're fairly sure the moose isn't here. Okay. Snapdash Canyon down. And Timberwolf down, because there's no, technically nothing to find in Timberwolf. So we go to Blackrock, we try our luck there. Either the achievement pops and I get a pleasant surprise, or nothing happens and I get mildly peeved. But also acknowledge that the odds of this ever happening were comparatively low. I think the best pep talk your aunt gave you, things work out in the end because you work damn hard to ensure they do. Yeah, and you do. You control what is in your power to control. It's like you can't control what people at agencies do. You can't control what hiring managers do. You can't control what national economies and any like high level stuff. All you can do is keep pushing, keep pursuing, and as I say, make them say no. And everything else is not something you can. And I know, and again, easy to say, no, don't sweat the small. Don't worry about things that are outside of your control. Which is, but when it keeps going on for an extended period, or it's not something that should very clearly be happening. Yeah, that advice doesn't necessarily ring the truest. And I do hope among all this, Martian, I do hope you are being gentle with yourself, and I know your mom's being snippy, but I hope you're showing yourself the grace that you deserve to get. Because I say you are far from alone. Both in your country and then just in the world in general. In struggling to find a gig, let alone a gig that is in what you went to get a degree in. So in this country, it is youth unemployment is a big problem, to the point where the government felt the need to it felt the need to change the way it measured youth unemployment to make itself look a little better. And even then, it didn't help that much. Okay, I will dump some of those sticks that I rashly picked up on the way out. All right. And yeah, those carcasses should be gone, right? Yeah, because we did go through a loading screen. And it is noon, so do we push on? I think we at least go to the cave. Yeah, because traveling weather. Well, yeah, traveling weather in Blackrock is no guarantee. So if we can cut the distance we need to travel, that would be ideal. She's way to use the phone because you answer it wrong. You're gonna tell you try something which. Oh, how does one answer the phone wrong? Like your phone or like a phone like for like a call center kind of thing? Like answering the phone at work. Because that is a curious complaint, I gotta say. But I think you are. Phone anxiety is definitely a thing. I've heard a bunch of people talk about that. Now all things being equal, they would rather not do that. I have 50 sticks. Why do I have 50 sticks? My goodness. How do I have 50 sticks? You apparently say hiya? I don't. And this is uh uh. Oh yeah, did she say it's not? It's insufficiently professional. Is that her complaint? Still odd. I mean, okay, like it'd be one thing if you're like a manager telling you, don't say hiya when you answer the phone. But I don't know. I feel like it's a very particular complaint of hers. But if none of your previous employers have said, "Hey, knock it off with the hiya," I'd be a little bit skeptical. I'm not gonna lie. Okay, we'll have some fresh bear here. Nom 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 nom. Maybe grab some water before we go. You and your friends are called with bye bye. Your colleagues say it's cute. Yeah. Although true only, it is a different cultural context there, but not that different, I don't think. My phone, you don't do it to unknown numbers, but if they call the job center, it's fine. Or at least watch something that is useful. Okay? Come on, like you're not gonna be watching. You're gonna go on LinkedIn, find all those video essays by the hustle culture bros. They're gonna be You're gonna be watching that all day. God, you'd be even more miserable. At least watch something that is useful. You know what's useful? You know, looking after yourself and your mental health when you're in the midst of a protracted struggle. It's like you're not doing something worthwhile. Like you're wasting your time playing video games. It's like, come on. You have to carve out time for yourself, and find time for leisure. It's like what's the what was that line I got from Civ 6? Those who do not find time for leisure will eventually find time for illness. I thank you for the follow there, PV. Appreciate that. You think high is fine? Yeah. Because is it like hi or what's up? It's just a ever so slightly less formal of hello. It's not egregious in any way. If your mom's picking nits about high versus higher, and what you're watching on your phone, I say that's a skill issue on her part. Oh, there. That's probably what the rope at Mountaineers is meant to go to. So we can skip this whole path. But you know what? It's fine. Yeah. Fiat, Bumblebee. Yeah, I think chat is in agreement that. Oh, is that Bear? That is Bear. Oh dear. And Bear is going where we want to be. Okay, it did notice. Good. So we're going to have it go over there, and we're going to go over here. Yeah, this is the bear that wanders this narrow strip over here. I think its cave is like right over. Its nooch is right over there actually. The bear that we got is the one that lives down toward the engine, where the moose and the cougar can be. Yeah, I do. I do not. Well, do I not feel like dealing with this? I really don't feel like dealing with this. I would rather deal with it on the way back, where I can have a better view. I'd rather come at it from above than below. Yes. Actually, and there's actually a third bear. There's the one we got. There's that one, and then there's the one before the climb up to whichever the ridge. The one that wanders near Deer Clearing on the way to the summit. Yes, we're still in Timberwolf. We popped out real quick. We went to Anglers. We got that memento cache. Now we're on the way to Blackrock. Now we're going to go to the substation, because that'll be easier for me to find than going to the prison and then finding the cache that's along the side of the walls. Strictly speaking, the one by the prison would be closer. But I'm not all that sure. I'm not exactly sure how to get there. Whereas the substation, it's right there by the radio tower. Alright, fog's starting to roll in. That's, well, it is what it is. Let's see. Okay, so it's... Yeah, I don't... Well, actually, no, you can. my memory, yeah, so when we were trying to find the caches, it looks like you can't get there, from that little marsh that's by the prison. But I think there's actually a path up where you can in fact get there. I think. But it's been long enough since I've been there. I don't know that I want to chance that. Yeah, we're given where we're headed, I would prefer. I err on the side of being sure rather than being efficient. But we'll see how it goes. Because if we were to go to the prison, there is, I think, one Timberwolf pack that parks itself right along that road. So we're going to be dealing with at least, if we're coming in from bricklayers, we're going to be dealing with at least one regardless. I'm pretty sure. Okay, now, will this cave actually show me the water this time? Because apparently, unlike other people's saves, like the watery bits in this cave don't actually show up. And this has been happening. This has been like the case for years and years now. Wait, did I? No? Okay. Oh, wait. I keep forgetting. We want to go here. Wait, no, that's not. No, that's the way we came in. Right? Right. Right? Wrong. Yeah, you can tell. I don't come through here very much. Oh, yeah, this is where we want to be. Yeah, we're gonna have that a longer climb down that we'll goat, and then come the watery bits. Yeah, there we go. The double rose hip climb. It is easily goatable, but you can also easily overshoot. So let's not do that. Right. Just make sure I didn't miss anything. Don't think I did. But did I drop off that firewood? I did. Okay, good. Yeah, at some point we'll be able to hear running water, but yeah, right there. You can hear it now. Here, I'm gonna... Okay, watch your temperature meter. See? See? It's like I'm walking through water, but there's no actual water. It's the weirdest thing. And this has been going on for years. You know, we're bleeding temperature, and we're in the middle of a cave. All right, you just calm yourself, Astrid. You're gonna be just fine. Okay, I can't hear the water anymore, so let's go ahead and do this. There we go. It's so weird. And again, it's just, wet feet, not that big a deal. But at the same time, if you're going out to a place where you can very easily, get nice and frosty. You kind of want to be, you'll be sure where you are. Okay, I'm happy to leave those there. Sun is getting low. But we're about half tired. We have coffee, we have energy drinks. We could push through and go straight there. Thing is, there won't be food there. But we got we got pemmican bars. We got cattails. We're fine.